Hello everyone, bringing you guys another video. This time we're going to be talking about how to get more electricity for your outposts and factory system. As you can see, I have 3.9k electricity and we're going to put more. So first thing first, you want to go to your basic AIC plan and unlock under logistics the splitter, and under power the thermal banks. Next, you're going to want to go to an output section in your outpost or AIC, basically where you put materials in to get to your machines. And this is the way I like to configure my thermal banks. So I have my thermal banks down here. This one will be facing upward, so the arrows face upward. I'm gonna create another one right next to it and leaving a gap here for the pathway for the output. I'm gonna create one here as well, facing downward. The arrows are facing downward, and another one right here. So the next thing we want to do is create a splitter. So how splitters works is, you see how there's one arrow facing the white box here, and then 3 arrows going outward from the box. There's one input basically that goes into the box. So for example, I'm going to put it here. I can create a pathway from the output here that goes into the box, and then into the box, outward in other directions. So let's connect it right here. It goes here, and then there's also a path that goes this way, and a path that goes this way, and one that goes this way. So now you're going to want to create another splitter, and you're going to want to put one right here. So in order to get that to connect to this splitter, we need the input arrow to be facing to the right, or pointing towards the box to the right. So here we go. On the left side of the box here, it is pointing into the box, going towards the right. So that will connect the pathway like this. As you can see here, it connects from this box to this box, and then splits this way, and this way. But we won't be going this way. What's important is we need this one to get part of the path, and this one to be part of the path. We're going to create another one over here. It's just this one will be facing the other way. So here we go, to the left. There's one input to the white box going to the left, which then we can connect it right here. So this connects this pathway to this splitter, which then connects to this splitter. And we have one path going this way, one path this way, and one path this way. We don't care about this path. We just want it to be going into these 2 thermal banks. Once you have that set up, you're going to want to check what material is the fuel for the thermal bank. You can find that here. It takes 1 iridium ore every 8 seconds to give you 150 power. So all we have to do now is the output here. We're going to add iridium ore. So it's going to come down this path. The splitter here will split it up equally among the 4 thermal banks. So the light is showing you which machine is getting the iridium ore. It'll split it up equally among the banks. It takes 8 seconds to process 1 iridium ore into 150 power. And as you can see here, as these thermal banks are working, we added more power to our total from before. So each area in a region, let me go back here. So this is the region here. Each section here uses the same power source. So regardless of wherever you build your thermal banks, it will always be this amount of power total for the region. So technically we can continue making a pathway right here into more thermal banks, but the reason why I don't do that is because, as you can already see, one iridium coming to the thermal bank here is not adding more iridium here in like the storage of the thermal bank, meaning it's a really good 1-to-1 ratio for every 8 seconds it's using to create more power. None of these thermal banks are gathering a deposit of iridium ore. So I'm going to show you another example here. This thermal bank here, I'm going to connect it to an output, and I will add iridium ore here. You're going to see this thermal bank here start to get a deposit of iridium ore that it can use to get power. Eventually this will hit 50 iridium ore, and then it can no longer hold anymore. And then this pathway will basically freeze until it frees up this deposit here to add more iridium ore. So it's not really a balanced 1-to-1 ratio of input and output. So I usually just stick to 4 thermal banks max with this setup, so that each thermal bank is a really good 1-to-1 ratio. So this is another example of the same thing. Only difference is I'm connecting it using the bus unloader. A bus unloader is basically the same thing as the output that I was using earlier. The only difference is it must be connected to the logistics bus. Like, it's this vehicle along the edge of your factory building area. To unlock the logistics bus, go under power. It'll be this one here. You unlock the logistics bus, bus loaders, and bus unloaders. So it's pretty much the same thing as the output. Only thing is the unloader must be connected to the logistics bus, and it's the same thing as the output. So I hope the video helped. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.